Salute everybody. Welcome to Miss Parker. Miss Parker. I just wanted to go live really quick because it is Domestic Violence Month. And I titled it Say No to Domestic Violence real quick. Let me salute you. Thank you, Smoke to the Bone. And thank you for the people that hit that like button for me. I really appreciate that. But it's very important to talk about these type of subjects because you just don't know who needs to hear that you've been through that and to know that you can get through it. You know, you're not the only one that has endured this kind of abuse, or it doesn't matter if it's physical, mental, it's all kind of abuse. Hey, low keys, thank you so much. Thank you for coming through. And it's important to utilize your story, not just to help other people, but yourself. You know, it's good to tell your story. I never thought I'd be the one to have a story like that to tell, but I do. And it's been a journey because I used to think it was okay. I thought getting hands put on me and being called names, dealing with that kind of abuse was okay. And it wasn't. And it took me a long time to realize that I was getting abused, even with just the words. The mental was the worst of it. I think the mental was worse than putting his hands on me, if you get what I'm saying. Hey, Heather. Thank you. I appreciate you for coming through. Thank you. Um, but anyway, I know the other day I was like, I'm not going live anymore until the October the 26th for the Shanquilla Robinson balloon release and the meet and greet. But this was important to me, and so is breast cancer. So I'm gonna do the breast cancer live on Saturday in memory of my mother. She was a survivor like I was, and she held strong until her last day. So it's important for you guys to go get those checkups. But back to domestic violence. I got a couple of clips I want you to hear because um, I'm not the only one with the story to tell. And unfortunately, everybody doesn't get to come and tell their story. Some's never, some people never make it out alive of being in domestic violence situations and to tell their story. And it shakes me up. I have a story about an 18-year-old that I want to share really quick. And also was a woman that was an advocate, and she spoke out about domestic violence, and she lost her life to a casualty of domestic violence. Um, she stood firm, she stood strong on advocating and teaching women the importance of loving ourselves, knowing our worth. And to this day, y'all, I still don't know my worth. I still have insecurities. I still feel like I'm not good enough to make people happy, if you get what I'm saying. I feel like I'm damaged goods. And I'm that canned good that everybody picks up like, oh, it's almost old. I'm gonna put it to the bag. So thank you, Low Keys. Hey, Candy Cane, thank you for coming through. So yeah, I'm still damaged. I'm still broken. I just get on her and smile because um it's been a journey just to even smile. Hey, Silky Black, thank you for coming through. It's been a journey to even be able to tell people. I've been judged for so long by the hands of my abuser that I still don't feel pretty. I don't care how I get my hair done. I don't care how I come on her dress. I don't feel pretty. I'm just me. I tell everybody I'm just me. And even though I know there's more to me than just being me, that's what I've dealt with most of my life. And I felt like it was okay to deal with that kind of man, that kind of person. Thank you, sissy. I love you. I love you to that beautiful. And it's hard to be with somebody and still not have it's like as women we shouldn't have to tell a man um or dress up to even say you're beautiful. You know what I'm saying? As women, you're beautiful inside and out to me, regardless what you wear or how you get your hair done. You are beautiful inside and out. And that to me, that's what matters the most, your spirit, your energy, and what you give me. That's how I know that you're a beautiful person. Beautiful nightmares Definitely a beautiful person. Me and her have these kind of conversations all the time. But dealing with somebody that's been abused and mentally abused, physically abused, emotionally abused, and things like that, I even became the abuser. I didn't even know how to have a relationship without arguing because I thought that was what it was about. I still do it. I still do it. Because mentally, when you think you're there, you're really not. You think you're strong and you think you got it all together. You think you've read enough books and talked to therapists here and there, and you're mentally still not there. Certain movements still kind of make me jump. Certain noises, you know what I'm saying, make me jump. Hey, Planet Mimi TV. Y'all make sure y'all go follow Planet Mimi TV. Great content. Planet Mimi TV, I love your energy. Thank you so much. It means everything to me for you just dropping in here. It really does. I love content creators like you who bring content and take my mind off the BS and stuff like that. You give me a comfortable space to come, and I'm forever grateful for that, for you creating a safe space and things like that. It's no scratching, it's just pure content and just, agree to disagree type of conversation. And I love it. Thank you so much. And also, Smoke to the Bone is also another content creator. But let me play this story for you guys. How we just don't know to not speak out and how could be our last day from not speaking out. We save our abusers. Um, why did I say my abuser? I'm gonna be honest. I was the type to never want to be lonely. I never thought I could be lonely. I never thought I should be lonely. Um, my abuser made me feel like I needed somebody. Um, Definitely didn't want to put my father involved or my mother due to not wanting him to get hurt. Even though he was hurting me, I didn't want him to get hurt. Black eyes, broken wrist, ribs fractured, kicking me, black eyes, like just keeping me away from my peoples and stuff like that. Hey, my mother's keeper, thank you so much for coming through. And what's crazy about this abuser, my story goes so far, and sister, I love you so much. I do. But me and my sister dated the same abuser. My sister started, Sweet Babe, thank you for coming through. I appreciate you guys so much. Thank you. It means everything. But my sister started messing with the same guy I was messing with and getting abused by. And Big Dog Philly, thank you so much for coming through. I appreciate you. And he started doing the same thing to her. And I was so gone over my abuser that I stabbed my sister 3 times. Almost took her life. Almost took my sister's life. I was so humiliated. He left me in the hospital in labor. He dropped me off at the hospital. I'm parking the car in the garage. I'll be right up. The nurse is like, okay, get here because, she's dilated. She should be pushing at any second. So make sure you get right back up here as quick as possible. And as I started pushing, I'm looking around. I'm looking for my abuser, guys. Where is my abuser at? He just dropped me off at the emergency exit. And 34 weeks in labor. So I'm panicking because I don't know if my baby's gonna make it because I'm having him so early. My abuser smiling at me. And the whole time, this man drops me off at the emergency room exit to the nurse. He passes me off, y'all, like I was nothing. I'll be right back. I never seen him again. At least not at that time. I pushed my baby out by myself. And that nurse that he handed me off to, she held my hand. Because I think she knew, y'all, that he wasn't coming back. She had that feeling too that he's not coming back. I don't think he's coming back. because he was just parking in the garage. How long does it take? Because you know they gotta prep you and get you together and everything, right? Thank you, Keisha, for coming through. Thank you, love. I appreciate you. So she's holding my hand, pushed my baby out. No cry, no nothing. I heard nothing from my baby. It's my first son. I heard nothing. And I'm like, what's going on? And there was like, he's not breathing. I just see all these doctors rushing in the room, and nobody's letting me hold my baby. I can't see my baby. I don't even know what he looks like. Like, I don't know if he looks like me. I don't know what he looks like. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if he's developed. I don't know if he's missing limb. I just wanted to see my baby. But I couldn't because his lungs wasn't developed. He didn't cry. He couldn't breathe. He only weighed like 4 pounds and some change. Never heard him cry. His first cry, nothing. Helicopter comes from another county. My baby's gone. I'm still waiting on my abuser. I'm still in my mind thinking my abuser's coming. I thought the man that physically harmed me was my protector. I don't know why I thought that, but at that time, I thought so. That night that he dropped me off, what's the T? Thank you so much. Yes, 2008, thank you so much. He's at my mother and father's house taking my sister younger than me. And remember, this guy is 10 years older than me at the time. Like 8. My sister's still in high school. He takes her to the prom. He left me in the hospital, potentially watching my son die and come back to life, all but to take my sister to the prom. I find this out while, I'm in the hospital. Yeah, see, God do all things with purpose. I'm like, what? What happened? He's where? At this time, my emotions are all over the place. You beat me. You break my limbs. You fracture my ribs. You keep me secluded from people. You're older than me, so you just mind, the manipulation was out everywhere. You beat my sister. I don't even know that, y'all, till later on down the line. So you're beating my sister too? Caused her to miscarry her first child. So me still wanting to be around this abuser, take him back. Comes home one night, gets all spruced up. Now remember, I can't go nowhere. I got black eyes. My ribs hurt from where he's been in there kicking me and stuff. The stuff I let my daughter endure sometimes. Thank God my mother was alive at that time. And I did have a little knowledge to like where I would let her know that I was just, like I said, I was young. I had my babies back to back. 94, 96, 98, 2001, 2003. So I never got to live the life of a teenager. I never got to experience prom. And my abuser came home and got dressed. And he said, I'm going out. And I don't know what I don't know. I snuck out of my own house. Because something just didn't seem right. So I snuck out of my own home. That's that Stockholm Syndrome. Glad you was able to overcome and still standing. Yes. Yeah, it's definitely that time of the month, Domestic Violence Month. Lots of love and hugs to those that have gone through it still. I hope not going through domestic violence. You are worth so much more. You are beautiful and so worthy of love. Thank you so much, Heather. Thank you. And trauma. Yes, trauma bonds with abusers are real. So I snuck out of my house, and I have to tell y'all the truth. I snuck out of my house. So I run into my cousin. Me and my cousin was close. And my cousin's like, yeah, I'm mad at Aunt Mamie talking about my mama. Yeah, I'm mad at Aunt Mamie. She throwing a party and didn't say nothing. And I'm like, what? My mama's throwing a party at my dad's house? Because my dad's out of town. He worked, he traveled out of town. He's out of town. So mama's throwing a party. That was high. Mama throwing a party. So I was like, come on, cuz, walk with me to the party. We walking over there. And lo and behold, I get there. My sister younger than me. Remember, she's still in high school. So imagine how much older he was to her. He was about 10, 12 years older than her. She's ironing his clothes. Sister, salute. Y'all make sure y'all go follow my sister, Miss Callie's Kitchen. She's ironing his clothes. He just walked out my daddy's house, out of my daddy's bathroom in a towel. What? The feeling, the betrayal. Not even paying attention to this is my abuser, y'all. I'm feeling betrayed. So my older sister and her husband's there. I feel betrayed by everybody. And one thing about my sister's husband, he's a shit starter, a real shit starter. He was like, yeah, sis, take a couple shots of this ENJ. So I'm throwing back ENJ like crazy, y'all. Yeah, she was underage. My father didn't know anything about it. I'm getting to that candy cane. I hated my mother. I love her from heaven right now, but I gotta be honest. I hated my mother because she knew. And I remember drinking so much ENJ, y'all, I blacked out. That's when I stabbed my sister. I don't even remember stabbing her, but man, y'all, wait a minute. I don't remember stabbing her. But I remember going to my grandmother's house after I stabbed her. And I remember my grandmother like getting on that phone, they're blowing my grandmother up. And she was like, I'm not gonna tell nobody you're here. But go up there, take your shower, get that blood off of you, give me the knife. And Monday you gotta turn yourself in. Cause it's a Friday night. She like, Monday you gotta turn yourself in. You're going to jail. So they calling my grandmother like, Tasha just stabbed Cynthia. Tasha just stabbed Cynthia. Y'all might see my sister in the chat. She comes through here and there. She knows I love her. Tasha just stabbed Cynthia. And I did. She damn near died over my abuser. I go to jail, turn myself in, doing some time. They want to give me a long time. The judge is like, yeah, this, you punctured the lungs, you did this, you did that. And I stood up and I told the judge exactly what the fuck happened. This, I stabbed my sister, it's not right, but I stabbed my sister for my mother to be here and know that the guy that abuses me, I had so many domestic violence charges with my abuser. He had been to jail for me and my sister. And the whole time he's with me, I'm never knowing that when he's going to jail, most of the time that was over my sister. I thought it was child support. I believed everything he said. I never knew he was going to jail for me and my sister. Once he beat me so bad, I, I had no choice. I had no choice. So while I'm in jail, my uncle's a pastor. Hey D, thank you for coming through. And y'all make sure y'all go follow Goddess D of Love. But Candy came to answer your question. My sister was very much underage. He was 28 and she was 18. I think she was 17 when they first started. So I'm in jail and I never forget my dad's father is a pastor. He comes to see me in jail and he wants to pray for me. And not only did my uncle come, my dad came. Because after I stabbed my sister, I told my father. I called him on the phone at his job. And I told my dad exactly why I stabbed her. I finally told him exactly what he was doing to me and my sister. And my dad got quiet, and he was like, ill him. And I was like, no, Dad, like, that's why I didn't want to tell you. And when I went to jail, my dad came. And the saddest part about it, when he came, y'all, he told me he was sorry for not believing me. That whole time, I never knew my dad didn't believe me that when I told him. But he apologized and I accepted it. I was like, it's okay. And I said, what made you believe me now? My older sister married her husband, right? And my dad said that he walked her down the aisle. He walked my sister down the aisle. He had to leave. He was so upset and disturbed. And again, here I am again, stabbing my sister over my abuser. I'm upset again. I didn't show my dad, but I was upset. Like, it's another smack in the face. Like, my sister put her in him in the wedding to walk down the aisle. Are y'all serious right now? I thought I was dreaming at some point. I really thought that, like, I was dreaming for a long time. It took me sitting in jail for a long time to realize you're not dreaming. This is for real. I left him. After that, it was done. She can have him. She can have him. But during that time, I still dealt with abusive men. I still thought that not looking for red flags in men, just they could tell me anything and I felt good about myself. Because again, when you're getting abused, you don't get that. You don't get that you're pretty. They don't mark up your face. I got a knot on my head to this day from being thrown in walls. Don't even remember how it happened. Just remember how it started. But I don't remember what happened because I was blacked out. Like, what the fuck? Bad Days was a beat down for me. Somebody saying something to him outside my home was a beating for me. My mouth, watching what I say and doing, you know what I'm saying? Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate YouTube cameras. Thank you. Thank you so much. Um, she said she has verbally abused me before, so I'm a victim. I'm sorry to hear that. Super say, I am Jim too. I'm sorry to hear that. But that's a part of my journey that I never thought I'd get on here and share, y'all. But I knew if I didn't go live and talk about this, how selfish that would be of me, that I could help somebody that went through that's scared to speak out. And to tell y'all not alone. And you are worthy. You are beautiful. Those scars, those bruises that I still carry on my forehead and certain parts of my body, they made me strong. I realized I wasn't put on this earth to be hit on like a punching bag. I was mad at my mother for a long time, but I know that hey, Bless Holly, salute. Thank you so much for coming through, Bless Live. Holly Super said I finally had the courage to leave her after 6 months. Yeah, it took me a long time. Hey, Shank Rock, y'all make sure y'all go follow Shank Rock. Make sure y'all go follow Lucky Girl. She's also a great content creator. She was just talking about a story of the unalive at the Pinks in Dallas, where a man's life got taken in broad daylight. It's a super sad story, but it's a story how she shared it out. It's a must watch because her father hit the panel and he was talking about how our black community is losing, and we was talking about a lot of mental health. But yeah, it took me years to leave Super, um, a long time, a long time, and I think with that I hey, Just Me TT. Just Me TT is also another content creator. Y'all make sure y'all go follow Just Me TT. Great content over there as well. And I think it's just time I share my story, right? Because I think holding on to that is still why I kind of put up with a lot of shit that I do mentally. And today I feel good that I finally told my story, and my sister knows I love her to the death of me. And it was no excuse in my behavior, but at the same time, I thought I loved my abuser. At one point, I did love my abuser. And again, I thought it was okay to be smacked on. I thought it was okay to be called names. I thought I could make it his day okay when somebody else made it bad. Or maybe did he even have a bad day? He just wants to hit me. So I made myself available to be his punching bag for any and every reason possible. Even though my daughter was young, I remember her screaming, and I remember thinking holding her would protect me, not knowing he would still hit me with my baby in my arms. Not knowing, y'all, I never thought he would hit me with my baby in my arms. Never. And I seen him, y'all. I seen him a few years ago in passing. And what's crazy is because he was like, dang, Tasha, you look good. And, you look amazing. And I'm just sitting there like, is he for real? And I'm honestly like, because I'm scared. I hadn't seen him in years, so I'm scared. And I'm just like, anything he was saying, I was like, but in my mind, I clicked like, he can't hurt you anymore. Because he did this in the public. He didn't care where he hit me. He didn't care where if he drug me by my hair and pulled my hair out and all kind of stuff. He did it to my sister. That's crazy when you and your sister got domestic violence profiles with the same guy as long as almost just our rap sheet with him is longer than this chat of charges, of constant beating, of constant doors getting kicked down, being almost evicted for windows being busted, doors being kicked down, driving the car inside the apartment with me and my baby. So yeah, it's not easy talking about this right now. But I know it's somebody out there that's probably going through something worse. I know it's a family here in I think it was South Carolina. Said so many cases. I couldn't even really go into the depth of looking it up anymore because I was getting so disturbed. And I don't know about y'all, but sometimes things give you a flashback. Like me and Miss Callie was watching the video of what happened in the Pink Sip instantly. I could tell something was going on with her. And I didn't get into details, but I was like, sis, are you okay? What's going on? What's wrong? I could just tell. And that's what happens. Flashbacks come back and they hit us and we shut down. And this man had me shut down up until now. I am not okay sometimes on the inside. Again, I don't care how much I dress up and come on here and I talk to y'all and I be smiling. I smile because I don't want nobody to see my pain. I smile because I know if I come on here emotionally, like I am now, broken, y'all gonna see it. And that's still stuff that I'm ashamed of. even though I know it wasn't my fault. But I forgave him. He said sorry, and I forgave him because I know he didn't have power over me anymore. Then I move on to my second abuser. Now, my second abuser, I was a little bit more powerful at this time. I didn't feel as weak as I was with my first one. And salute Tiara. Thank you, sis, for coming through. Y'all make sure y'all go follow my sis Tiara Latrice. Please, great content creator. But I remember him hitting me. I remember with my kids, like they're older now. They know my kids are like, my son is telling me like, "Mom, I'll ill him." They started hating him and stuff. So I remember going, I'm donating plasma at the time. I didn't have him a man. He wasn't the type to build me up. He worked. And I work too, but I still like donating plasma here and there, just get a little extra money. So I thought, I'll go and donate, and I'm getting cute now and stuff like that. So I get real dolled up and like, I'm going to go donate. And I remember seeing somebody. It's crazy because I was walking. I walked everywhere I went. And I was walking, and I seen somebody else like, he's looking for you. I was like, there's no way. He knew I was going to donate. There's no way. He found me. And when I seen him, I kind of met up with him. I was like, hey, what you doing? And instantly, in front of people, he beat the shit out of me. And I didn't know why. It was almost like he was foaming at the mouth, y'all. Like, I don't know. Salute Blended Healing. Y'all make sure y'all go follow my love Blended Healing as well. Great content creator. Thank you for everything, Blended Healing. Great support system. She's been a great support system for me. To her and Tierra for real. So I appreciate you, ladies. Thank you, Lush. But he beat the shit out of me for no reason. And I let him. I honestly sat there and let him. And when I let him, he bit me so hard, y'all. I've never had this done to me, but when he bit me, he bit me inside my mouth, and it went through my gums. And my mouth swelled up so big. I couldn't talk. I sat on the bench, let him beat me. My face swelled up. And when the police came, I sat there frozen. And they was talking to me. They was like, ma'am, the people on the bus stop was like, they called. They said not only did they call, they got 11 phone calls of people riding down the highway, up and down the main road. Like, hey, this guy's beating this woman to death on this bus stop. And I'm sitting here with my lips swollen, can't talk, and it's like, did he beat you? And I said, no. They said, ma'am, how did your lip get like that? How did your face get like that if nobody touched you? And I'm still going, no. They said, ma'am. He was like, oh, bitch, you called the police on me? And I'm thinking, Nick, you just beat the shit out of me right here. I ain't got nothing in my hand. What are you talking about? Again, protecting my abuser. I never called on you. Even with the police there. He's like, did you just beat her? He said, oh, bitch, you called the police on me? I said, no. To the officer, I couldn't even talk. My mouth is bleeding. I heard sirens in the background. I don't know what's happening. I don't know if it was from the bite in my mouth, because again, I've never been done like that. I don't know why he even got like that. He knew where I was going. I told him, what are we doing here? Why did you just whoop me like that, my dude? What? Why did you just do this right here in the opening? Like, I was so like confused, like, would I took this ass whooping better in the house or out here in the open? And the police is on them. She said, girl, some men just lose it, shaking my head in front of everybody. Hey, Vibrant, my love. Yeah, he was crazy. It's okay, Vibrant. But at the same time, I didn't know if I rather had an ass whooping in the house or in the front of the people. And the police like, shut up. Shut the hell up. You did this to her. We have 11 calls. And when I heard the 11 calls, I felt ashamed. Instead of feeling like I had protection there, I knew if they locked him up, it was a possibility I was going to take him back and I was going to have to face the consequences again. Yeah. So I'm off to the hospital and they stitching my mouth on the inside. They was like, ma'am, they're talking to me. They're like, just them coming close to me. I jumped. I didn't want to be touched. I just got beat helplessly. I let this man beat me to death on this bus stop. I don't want nobody touching me. I'm okay. Like I'm saying, I'm okay. Like my eyes are bloodshot red. My eyes are turning purple. I don't know. Thank you, Socialific. Thank you so much for coming through. So Socialific is also a content creator. Y'all make sure y'all go follow him as well. Thank you for coming through. But the police, they kept reassuring me he's not getting out. This was in 2015. The same I found that I had breast cancer like in October, so this was April of 2015. Yeah, he did 3 months. He got out in like around July or whatever. So he went to jail in April. So this happened like the end of March or whatever. And he got out like the end of June and stuff. And, the police, when I went to the court and stuff like that, they wouldn't even have me have him in the courtroom. And the police officer, instead of getting on the stand, he came and sat by me. And I remember him, he was like, you're okay. You're protected in here. He doesn't get to hurt you. We're not even going to let him see you. You know what I'm saying? Because I think it was like the first court day, he looked at me and it was just like, I couldn't not look down. And the judge was like, no, look up, lift your head up. And she said, matter of fact, take him out. Because I didn't even want to face, like, I was in trouble again. I was going to be in trouble again. I could not look at this man. And the judge was like, asking questions. I remember I kept looking, I could see her. And I was like, oh my God, if I don't look up, like, she's going to lock me up. I didn't know, y'all. I did not know. And she was like, Miss Parker, look up. You're going to look up. It's okay. Don't you ever bend your head again for no man. And I felt so relieved, but at the same time, still scared. Because again, I thought that, 3 months, I thought that that's what I deserved. I thought that I was, I don't know what I thought. I thought I was unworthy of being with anybody that can treat me better or treat me like the woman I was born in this world to be. I thought that was what it was supposed to be, that I was put on earth to be a punching bag. I wasn't worthy of somebody really loving me. And I still feel that way. It takes you a long time to get over that mentally. It's okay, Tiara. I'm okay. Thank you. I'm okay now. Hi, Latricia. Thank you. I just wanted to get on here and tell women it's okay to tell our story and to keep our heads lifted up. We are worthy. We are worthy. We are worthy of somebody loving us. You know what I'm saying? Unconditionally. Even ourselves, we had to love ourselves first, and I did not love myself. I did not feel good. I almost I did candy cane. It was like the worst year of my life because again I found out that I had breast cancer, and again I'm back with my abuser. As soon as he got out, I was scared to leave him. And y'all know when they get out of jail, it was I love you. I'll never do that again. And of course it happened again. And of course this time it happened again. Black eyes, busted lips. It lasted for 12 years. 12 years. But the abuse didn't start until maybe like the 6th year. And again, y'all, I'm thinking I'm damaged goods. Once he started whooping on me, it was almost like that's just what it's supposed to be. I'm supposed to get my ass kicked. Makeup around the eyes, my kids cussing, and now my kids are older, they're seeing it and they're like, no. My son, oh, when I get old enough, I'm gonna ill him. I'm getting a GUN and I'm illing him. And I'm like, no, you're not. And you know what I'm saying? That's what I thought. Y'all, I thought this is what I thought my life was supposed to be. Get my ass whooped. I'm just being honest with y'all. So, she said, "You are worthy of respect and love, Ms. Parker. Keep breathing positive aspirations into yourself. Those men have to answer to God for what they've done to you. Every dog has its days." And I started being the abuser. Thank you, TT. But I started being the abuser too, because I thought that's what we do. We fight. I let one man whoop me. I'm not gonna keep letting this one just beat me to death. I gotta fight back. I gotta fight him too. I gotta pick fights. This is my norm. This is where I am, y'all. This is my normal life for 12 years. Get my head banged on. Eyes shut, mouth closed. Broken wrists, cracked ribs. That's my life. Thank you, TT. Hey, Mama Boo, thank you so much for coming through. She said this reminds me of that episode of A Different World when Gina had that abusive boyfriend. Crazy how accurate that was. Thank you, Heather. Yeah, it's okay. It's things I went through my life, y'all, but I appreciate the prayers because I want to pray for people that's going through that now and they're scared to tell it. And I know how hard it is to tell it. You can, in a sense, you want to break free. You do and you can't. Thank you, Latricia. You just can't. You can't. It's Stockholm syndrome. That's why our communities, we need to rally around supporting abuse victims and embracing therapy, and we do. We really do. And that's what made me get into the suicide, y'all. Hey Montrese, thank you for coming through. Thank you. Y'all make sure y'all go follow my girl Jill's Comfort Zone on, is it November the 6th, Jill? You're doing poetry night. She said, you missed it, Miss Parker. The deadline was whooped. I went in her chat and she was like, Miss Parker, where you been? I wanted you to join the poetry thing. Because that's where I took my pain and put it into paper. And I remember when I went to drug court, for my addiction, how did you end up finally leaving the first abuse? It sounded like he was very intertwined in your family. After I went to jail, it was and see my daddy and hear my father apologize because I never thought my dad was gonna come and see me um, in jail after doing it to my sister. I never thought. I heard my father say he's sorry and tell me that he didn't, he didn't believe me at first, and he was sorry that he didn't believe me, and that was my protector. I would never want to see my father locked up or anything, but at the same time, you know what I'm saying? I know my dad wasn't gonna let that man hurt me anymore. So that's where I kind of, my scapegoat. But then my sister went through way more, way worse than I did with it. October the 26th at 6 p.m. is Jill Comfort Zone Poetry Contest. So you guys make sure you pull up Jill. I'm gonna be there just because I think I want to share some new poetry. I think I got some stuff inside me that I want to talk about and put it in paper and just, you know what I'm saying? Maybe help somebody else and know that our pain can be put on paper and it is healing. Cause when I went to drug court and I was getting clean, I went through rehab and I was just telling Lucky and her father how like we didn't get the help that we needed in there. We read our AA books and our NA books and stuff, but that's how that was our, okay, you get that done, you read that. I know it's more, but I had one, therapist saying, Tasha, something else going on with you. But, you completed the program. She did keep me in there like 10 additional days and I wouldn't open up and stuff like that. And she was like, I remember her saying like, it's something else going on. But I read my books and, the closer I got to graduating, I had never done nothing so positive. I missed birthday parties. I stayed in jail from getting high. Um, just not doing my classes. Yeah, Shank or one of my moderators, if y'all in the building, can y'all drop Jill Comfort Zone link? And if not, if there's not Goddess D, I'll drop it outside my on my community wall when I get done. Hey, positive. But if it's a moderator in the building that can drop Miss Jill's link, please do that and for me in the chat. If any content creators in here, if they links can get dropped as well. But I remember like I'm graduating, like I'm getting clean. I'm my kids, you know what I'm saying? I'm telling my kids like, okay, I'm graduating. It was happy. It was like telling my mom, my aunties and them like I'm graduating. Drug court. I fought the demon just a little bit to graduate. Cause that demon always scratch at your back. It does. So I remember, thank you, beautiful. Thank you, sissy. I remember sitting in the house and that demon was scratching us like the closer I was getting to graduating, the devil was working on my ass, y'all. I never had so many people want to give me a free pack of cocaine in my life. I gained my weight back. I'm feeling out in my clothes. Cause I was down. I thought that was the way to be. Like I'm at a good weight. The good weight was I wasn't eating. I was coked the fuck out. I was blown out of my mind. I hung with the dope dealers. So you know what I'm saying? Just looking out, being in my crib, they look out. Oh, you can serve some motherfuckers. Go ahead. He got that shit. And it felt like once I got out of rehab and jail, it was like, man, everybody wanted to give me something for free. So I remember my poem was my first poem. And it was called The Reflection of My Other Me. And I remember at my graduation, I asked the judge, could I read my poem? Because we all had different judges. And my judge adored me. And I remember reading The Reflection of My Other Me. And it was so deep. He said, Miss Parker, can I keep that and put it in the frame? Because that's the most prettiest, beautifulest thing anybody has ever said. And I was like, yeah, sure. And I was like, just give me a copy of that. And I remember getting that copy, Miss Parker, when I got stable. Can I see your flyer of domestic violence posted on the community wall? Yeah, please do that, Blended Healing. And hey YouTube cameras, thank you so much. Y'all make sure y'all go follow my girl YouTube cameras, please. You know what I'm saying? That's my morning coffee. That's my morning coffee show in the morning. Girl, you blooped out today, girl. I about girl, look, I I done dropped the mop bucket and everything, girl, laughing at YouTube cameras. Bitch, bitch, bitch. I love when she says that. You know what I'm saying? And my boss looked at me like, what's going on? I got my earpiece in. I was like, girl, you wouldn't even understand me. Yeah, that just did something to me listening to that this morning. But anyway, the reflection of my other me, I really quick to sum it up in so many words was I looked in the mirror and I remember used to put my makeup on, fix my hair, because I kept my hair and shit done, getting dressed, kept the little flyest little Tommy outfits and shit. But I could never look at myself in the mirror as Tasha. I only saw lipstick. I only saw eyeshadow. I only saw her. I never saw me. I never saw that demon on the other side knocking. And the other side of that mirror was a young girl was begging for help, like, Tasha, no, don't go, don't do this to us. I never saw that until I read my own poem. And I said, damn, I was hurting like this. I went through this. I didn't even know what I put on the paper. And I cried because it felt like I was reading somebody else's story. I don't even remember what the half the shit I wrote, the pain, the suffering, my kids, what I put them through, my mother, my father, the stealing. But my babies, my body. Until I wrote that down and reread it, I said, damn, I went through this. And that day it made me strong. I said, I don't want to do this no more. I don't want to get high no more. I don't want to do none of that. Mr. Cleans my bucket, girl. She said, may your testimony reach the raise that need to hear it. I hope so, man. For real, Candy. Because it was a lie. I didn't realize I went through none of that, y'all, till I wrote it down. And that's why I appreciate Skoka Hines and Jill's Comfort Zone to give us a space to where we can do our poetry. But sometimes if you listen to people read their poetry, sometimes that be their story, man. You think people just writing down rhymes and shit, and it's not rhymes. It's really like stories. And that's what made me start really like getting to write. Because it made me change. It made me not go get high again. I just start writing, and I be writing fast and rocking, you know what I'm saying, today. And then today turned into something that rhymed with today, and it made sense to be about my day. She said, yes, I look back at some of my old poems and being shocked every time I read them. Yes, Jill. Hey, Still Swinging Podcast. Still Swinging Podcast is a content creator from the Switcher Lanes sector that Shank Rock created, and so is Just Me TT. So y'all make sure y'all go follow them, please. But that poem, reflection of my other me, of forever being indebted to me to keep me clean, to keep me strong. You know what I'm saying? To know that I'm worthy. I still get my days. I still get my crazy days, but sometimes a little ain't nothing wrong with a little weirdness. Everybody's weird in some kind of way, shape, or form, got a little weirdness to them. But what eats me up is when people make your weirdness seem odd, like they're just perfect. Because, see, if we was perfect people, we wouldn't have death, we wouldn't have sickness or anything. So that's why I don't judge people. I don't. I even got on here and apologized certain things that I laugh about. Because I know That's probably me having a fucked up day where I didn't just, you know what I'm saying? So that's my pain reflecting off on them, the innocent. They are just like me, except nobody's seeing me in pain and nobody's laughing at me for today. Nobody's mentally abusing me for today. So that's the importance of this video. I know that I'm beautiful in my own way. I might not be beautiful to all, but to me, I am. And that's all that matters. For the men that treated me like that or treat me like I'm weird and assholes. But when God put them in my life, it was for a reason and a season. I no longer hate him. Because it used to be a point I hated God. Like, just take me out of her. I'll take myself. And every time I try to take myself out, he kept me here. He kept me here. I don't know why, but he kept me here every time. I try to take on an act of violence against myself for feeling so unworthy, hating myself, hating everybody around me, hating that I brought my 5 kids into this world like this. I hated myself for a long time. I hated my skin. I hated my hair. I hated my eye color. I hated everything about me. Hey, Snoopy. I know I'm good, Snoopy. Thank you, Lucky. She said, yes, Miss Parker, everything. He said, everybody is not going to get you. Everybody is not going to understand us. They're not, Tommy. Thank you, Heather. Hey, Miss Denise. Thank you for coming through. But this was for my domestic violence sisters and brothers, because men get abused too. Men get abused more than women. When you go look up the statistics, men get abused more than women. And suicide is not our way out. Because we love ourselves. As long as we love ourselves, we don't even have to, you know what I'm saying? I was looking for validation. I was looking for a man to make me feel complete. I didn't complete myself. I went at that stage that I didn't complete myself. And I hated my mother. I hated God. I hated the fact that I had kids. I hated everything. But I was honest enough to tell my story to my children because I didn't want my kids to go down that road. I didn't want them to feel like they was God's gift, not a curse. That they didn't deserve the lifestyle that I put them in. That I chose men and streets and drugs over my kids. Even though I took care of them financially and stuff, I didn't give them the love that they deserved. My mother took on motherhood for my children. And she made it okay. She took on my responsibility in more ways than she should have. So I just wasn't responsible to stop bringing kids into this world. Like I knew I had a doorstop to drop them off at. And I did not want to lose my kids to drugs. Cause I made it out, barely made it out alive. There was many a times that I could have murdered somebody driving high and drunk with hopes of taking myself out, not thinking about other people. Miss Denise said, let me see, where did Miss Denise just go? I'm praying for you, Miss Denise. And you said survivor, so that's everything to me. It means everything to her, survivor. Before I get out of here, y'all, because I done cried and stuff. I needed that. It's just good tears. This is good tears. This ain't like I'm sad and I'm in that space anymore. Again, a lot of stuff I will forever carry with me with or without therapy. The insecurities there. Days I wake up and feel like, I'm not enough there. Those days that I feel like, just not worthy. I'm there. And it's okay to say that. Because again, that's what makes me get into that paper and write and say, I'm worthy. And then I write a hell of a poem. I mean, a point that I know that can knock some of y'all. I'll be like, I'm ready to compete, write my poetry now. Cause I got some words for y'all. So when Skoka used to give me a pretty eyes team up there, she was like, Miss Parker's coming. I know she about to set it up. And I'm already coming in snapping my fingers. And I'm like, I'm ready to give it to y'all. But I was just glad that she gave me an open platform to share my story. And a lot of y'all might don't even remember them lives, but sometimes they just thought I was writing, but that's just something I was going through for the day. That was my story. That was my life. I was having a bad day and I decided to put it on paper and, use it to not get high and look down at my paper and say, dang, I was having a bad day. Let me write an affirmation down. Tomorrow will be better. I no longer need drugs to get me through. I no longer need to let men use me as a punching bag or a step stool. I'm not nothing you can walk on. I'm not a doormat. I'm me. And God made me who I am for a reason. I always said I don't know if it's somebody out there to that I need to touch, or I always said, I remember when I had the breast cancer. And I was like, I'm coming from addiction. So I'm still battling addiction at the same time. They want to cut all my breasts. They want to do this. A cancer's going through my arm. And I'm like, oh my, like, I got enough on my plate. God, why are you doing this to me? Why just take me out? I'm okay with that. Just take me out. Like, why me? And I remember sitting in, getting my chemo, and I don't know if I dozed off, and I remember God saying to me, why not you? And I got a plan for you. And it scared me so much. It scared me so bad, y'all. Like, I never felt anything like that. He said, why not you? I got a plan for you. And I just always remember saying, what is it? Who is it I need to reach to? I done talked to my kids. I done told my mother and them about my being sexually abused. I got it all out. Who is it that I need to reach? What is it? And I still never got the answer from him like I did when I was getting my chemo. Cause my chemo, I gave up. And my Dr. Riz told me, she said, and I had her for like 15 years, y'all. And Aaron Shank Rock can tell you, when I went back last year and they said she was leaving, I thought, I can't lose her. Because she was like, you're dying. Your white blood cell counts are down. You're dying. You're giving up for what? You got 5 kids. You're giving up on them, not just yourself. And I remember that day I felt so selfish. So selfish. So I got up and I was like, God, what is it? I'm getting better. I'm getting healthier. And I'm like, damn, God, what do you want from me? Like, man, you want my breast? You want this? You want that? Hey, the Beef Sector Podcast. Hey, Misunderstood. Thank y'all for coming through. And Misunderstood is also a content creator. Y'all make sure y'all go follow misunderstood. But I was like, man, what is it? And I dozed off kind of because they put this medicine in your chemo bag, and I kind of dozed off, and I I just remember hearing that voice, why not you? And I need you. I got something for you to do. And they always say don't question God. And I haven't questioned him since. Not even when my mother left this earth, I never questioned him. So I know it's somebody out there, Miss Denise, and a somebody else, another survivor, or somebody that hasn't even got to survive those shackles of abuse, shackles of mental abuse, shackles of the scars, the bruises. To let go, man. I know. And I know it's so hard to let go, but ain't nothing like that freedom from getting punched on, hearing you're ugly, nobody else will want you, and believing it. Some of my scars never went away. I still walk sometimes with my head down. I still haven't fully lifted my head when I walk. So we're still gonna go through that, y'all. As survivors, we're still gonna have those ashamed times for no reason at all. So that's when we got to utilize those tools. And that's when I got to go do my research. Because I sat up all night the other night listening to stories. And this last story I want to share with y'all really quick is what made me appreciate God for giving me, I don't know how many chances, but more than enough. More than enough. This story right here melted me. Give me a second, y'all. Let me make sure it's the right one. A young mother killed and the father of her newborn charged with the murder. Fox Carolina's Let me start it over, y'all, so y'all can hear exactly what the news people say. On Fox tonight, a tragic story of how quickly domestic violence can turn deadly. A young mother killed and the father of her newborn charged with the murder. Fox Carolina's Grace Runkle sat down with the young woman's family and brings us her story.
Well, this is 18-year-old Genesis Rice, a mother, a daughter, and now one of the dozens of South Carolina women killed by an intimate partner every year. It's a spring day in early May. Genesis Rice is spending it at Unity Park in Greenville with those she loves. Her two daughters, Melody and Armani, and her parents, Mom Sandra and stepdad, Antoine.
It was a sweet moment because it was just a day full of laughter, and joy, and just playing games.
Just days later, Genesis, at just 18 years old, was dead. Simpsonville police found her in her bed, shot in the head. The next day, officers charged 22-year-old Achilles Lindsay with her murder. He's the father of her youngest daughter, only a few months old.
We met him. He's come to our house. And we just looked at it like any other relationship. Never knew that this was the man that was going to take our daughter's life.
She was really at a point in her life where she was really just accomplishing a lot.
Working a new job she loved and moving into her own apartment with her girls for the first time. But there were some parts of her life Rice kept secret.
Genesis really wanted people to be proud. She wanted to make us proud. That's why she didn't mention a lot of stuff that went on.
Lindsay's arrest warrants reveal a pattern of abuse. One incident happening 4 days before Genesis was killed. The record says he grabbed her by the leg, leaving a mark. But when we saw the report, this last sentence made us dig deeper. Akevius has one prior conviction of domestic violence in 2022. We tracked down the case file from last October. It happened here in the middle of Highway 76 in Lawrence County. The incident report says Rice and Lindsay began arguing about how he damaged her car. A third person in the car tried to force Lindsay out. That's when Lindsay punched her in the face, slammed her into the car multiple times, and then strangled her. Genesis was 6 months pregnant and had
This story, y'all, I'm going to share it on my community wall. It was so sad. Isha, make sure you do that. She was 18 years old, South Carolina. And even the caseworker that took on the case cried during being interviewed. Because it's so much more that people want to help us do, but when we're quiet and silent, there's nothing. They can't force us to say anything. We're scared to say anything because we think we love our abusers. And at some point, we did love our abuser before the abuse started, but at the same time, we're scared. And like I said, I felt like I didn't want to be alone. It's another one I want to share before I leave to let y'all know how real this can get and how real domestic violence is without Maya's story. This left her paralyzed.
I had my daughter 2006. That's when I got hurt. She's 8 years old now. That's my heart. I love that little lady so much. We have a real strong bond. I guess because she was my child and she liked to take care of me so much. Made me feel special. Somebody loved me. She couldn't stay in the hospital with me, so by me seeing her, that was like one of the hardest parts. You know, being paralyzed, I really didn't care about that. It happened August 19th around 1. Her dad was looking for me. I no longer wanted to date him. So he seen me on Albemarle Road. Turned around, pulled out the gun, and started firing. When he shot me, it threw me in the street by the gutter. And I was in and out of it. I asked my mother, I'm like, Mom, why am I in the hospital? She was like, well, Mia, you got shot. I was like, Mom, am I paralyzed?
I'm going to share that one too. That's Mia's story. She had an 8-year-old daughter. She no longer wanted to be in that abusive relationship. She wanted out. And as much as we want out, they want us to stay. They'll tell us they love us. They'll tell us they'll never hit us again. They'll never cause us harm. They're going to work on them. And that's all lies. They'll use any manipulation tactic to keep us around as their doormat and their punching bag. So it's okay. Thank you, Nola. Thank you for coming through. So, ladies, it's okay. And men, too. It was a gentleman that came through here that said he had been getting abused. Thank you, YouTube cameras, for sending that person over here to know that they had a safe place to share that. And to let us know that not only women are getting abused, but it's men, too. And that was a man. So prayers up to him. It's not okay. It's not okay. And I'm also, for him, that gentleman, I'm going to share another live on my wall where it was a man that got abused. And his story was so sad. His story was so sad. It tore me up. But I know as survivors, we have to be okay to use our words and our voice to spread the word on domestic violence, to help our fellow brothers and sisters, no matter what color you are. If I can't walk beside you, I don't need to walk with you. If I can't have a voice, I don't need to be with you. If you can't tell me on days that I'm feeling low and that I'm worthy and uplift me in my spirit. See, I don't want financial gain from no man. ever. I want love. I want pureness. I want to be able to tell these stories to you, and you help me look up support mechanisms to help me, like, I didn't know. Or are you okay? Do you think we need to go talk to somebody? Because see, when somebody loves you genuinely, they're going through the storms with you. They're sitting through everything with you. Therapy, anything, anything. They're reading your journals with you. They are writing affirmations with you. Once you find that person, you'll know. So, to all my survivors and people that are going through abuse, I'm praying for you. There is resources out there. Look up those stories and stuff like that, and it'll tell you at the end therapists and things to call, 1-800 numbers to call. So being suicidal, it's not the end for us. Because again, God didn't take me all those times I wanted him to. He didn't, because we all have something to share to somebody out there. Meaning we all have a purpose. I thought my purpose was seeing my 5 kids graduate, because I told them, I told Shane them, I said, man, I jumped on my knees, I dropped down, and I was like, okay, God, I don't know what it is, but if you just let me see my baby girl graduate high school, I'm okay. Let me see her get to work and just teach them the values of working and taking care of themselves, not depending on nobody, just doing everything right that I couldn't do. You can take me. And like I said, he came to me during chemotherapy and said different. So I know it's a Miss Denise. I know it's a Super Jim that I might need to sometimes open this platform up and help them. Or somebody in the sky watching me, ashamed to come down, too scared that the abuser will see them. Ask for help, because we don't like asking for help. We try not to even show people besides a little scars here and there. And of course, your abuser's not going to let you go out when you're scarred up. So when we heal and you see that woman looking down and don't look up at something she's going through. And before we lose her, it's always like, hey, you okay? How you doing today? I say that to strangers. I don't even got to know you. But when I see women do that, I be like, how you doing? You look beautiful. I just say that to strangers. And it amazes me how many times they lift up their hand like, thank you. Like, you're talking to me like I look beautiful. And I just keep it moving out because I don't want to pressure them, make nobody think that I see something. I just know the signs. So to the domestic violence survivors and anybody going through that, we got a story to tell. And we got a journey to go through, but it's a beautiful ending. Your voice is your life. Because without using our words, nobody will never know to help us. And sometimes they don't end well. Sometimes we can't we can't all escape those people. We can't, but it's protective orders. It is phones. They have special programs for us now that will get you gone. That will get you gone. And it's not okay. None of it's okay. None of it. Verbal, mental, emotional, physical, none of it. It's all abuse. Sexual, anything is all abuse. When you go look up some of these stories, like that 18-year-old that I'm going to leave that story for, is so many. Where men are taking their own children now because they can't be with the mother. They can't abuse her anymore. Once they lose their power, it's a different story. So that's why you seek the help you need and you take advantage of all resources. Those old cell phones mean nothing more than your life. Get rid of it. Get rid of it. Because, see, that's a part of, I don't know the words for it. But that's a part of something we try to escape from, okay? That's why they got those cell phones and things like that. They help you with rent and they'll get you away from that person, man or woman. She said it's way too many of the same stories. It is. It is. Thank you guys for coming through. I'm going to share these stories on my community wall as soon as I end the live. And I'm going to drop some numbers for domestic violence and stuff like that. You don't have to leave a comment to say anything to me. Just use those numbers, use those resources, please. Get the help that you need before it's too late. Because it was almost too late for me many a times. Waking up in the hospital confused is not where I thought I'd ever be at on many occasions, with fractured ribs and broken wrist and things like that. So salute to everybody for coming through. Make sure y'all check out those lives. I'm going to drop Jill and everybody. I'm going to try to drop everybody's stuff on my community wall in one big paragraph. All the content creators that was in here, I'm just going to add them and put it on my wall and stuff like that. But y'all have a blessed night. And I'm going to do another drunken conversation on Friday. And then I'm going to do, hey, Rocky, thank you for coming through day one. Salute. I'm going to do a drunken conversation. And then I'm going to do a breast cancer. You're welcome, Miss Jill. I'm going to do, I got my mother's picture as the thumbnail. I'm gonna dedicate that live to her. That's gonna be one. I hope I don't get to the point where I change it, because I need to make do that live just off the strength of me and her. And I know she wants this for me. I know she do. But dang, it's hard. But yeah, go get checked, ladies. It's so important. It is scary, but at the same time, we want to catch it as soon as possible, because everybody's not so fortunate, and cancer's just taking over so much. It's in our food, so much of the food today. So we need to really start eating healthier and some more stuff. But I will get into that on Saturday. Everybody have a blessed night. I done got up here, got super emotional when I said I wasn't. And a lot of y'all have made me, stop crying for the most part. And then I seen YouTube cameras and I thought about her live earlier. And it just took my mind to a whole different direction, because I hate getting up here getting snotty and just over emotional and stuff like that. But again, they was good tears, because I'm done. That part of me is done. I don't have to cry because I'm scared. I don't have to cry because I don't know what part of my body is going to be hurt next, or broke next, and things like that. I don't got to worry about losing her anymore. My kids getting hit because I'm using them for protection. I don't have to do that anymore. So all these tears was just happy tears and a part of my journey in life that's over by the grace of God, just over with. So again, everybody go finish enjoying the rest of your hump day, and make sure y'all go subscribe to these great content creators that's in the chat and stuff like that. And please join me on October the 26th. October the 26th for the balloon release for Shanquilla Robinson. It's going to be a meet and greet for Shank Rock and the Rock Squad. This is going to be his second annual meet and greet. And y'all know we advocate for families who lost their kids due to violence. And I love the Robinson family. You know, Miss Salamandra Quilla has treated us like we're family, and I appreciate that. And I appreciate them for letting us be a part of Shanquilla's legacy and stuff like that. We've traveled to Washington, D.C. Anytime they march down here for her or anything, I'm set. I'm ready to go. I got posters made that I've never even got to use, and I'm just a super advocate for all families. And so I'm gonna enjoy going to her gravesite and letting out some balloons for her and some others. So again, be sure to pull over me and Shank Rock on the 26th for that balloon release. And again, everybody go enjoy the rest of y'all Wednesday. And thanks everybody for pulling up with me on this beautiful hump day. Thank you.